Hey everyone, welcome to our small footprint. My name is Nyssa, and if you're new here, we are a large family living off-grid in Australia. It is Wednesday. It is 2 p.m. And it is the start of the shopping trip. And now it hasn't been a particularly auspicious start to the shopping trip. Before I left, I couldn't find my sunglasses anywhere, which is a bit of an issue. I have, because I only have light and movement vision in my bad eye, it's pretty significantly sensitive to glare. And it's on my TN side, so it's not pleasant to drive without sunglasses, but I couldn't find them anywhere, so I only own like 3 pairs. But anyway, so we started off with that, got everything loaded up in the car. These crates have moved actually since I was last looking out. Actually, I'm looking at the wrong mirror. Don't worry, I'm looking through this instead of the rear view mirror. Like that's how, it's switched on I am. When I look through the rear view mirror, I can see the cargo hitch, which I couldn't see last time. There's pros and cons to that. It means I know it's still attached, but it also moves an awful lot. And I'm sure it moved that much last time too, but I just didn't realize because I couldn't see it. So anyway, it has taken me like 2.5 hours to get to where I get my treat of Hungry Jacks, which is why I've stopped. Because the other problem was the Gatton bypass was closed off, which meant that I had to go through Gatton and Grantham and stuff. And in the most recent video before this one, I had commented about how I try to stick to the same routes and stuff because I get quite anxious when I'm somewhere I don't know. So not only was it a route that I had never taken before in my life, but the traffic was horrific because everyone was having to take that path, and that infrastructure is not made for that, which is why there's a bypass. And it also took like twice as long to take that path. So it's been a really long drive. Grateful for aircon, I suppose, because this is only the second time I've driven to Brisbane with aircon. So grateful for that, but it was not fun. And yeah, after having just discussed the fact that with the aphantasia and everything, going new paths, anxious, and yeah, cool. But anyway, we're on our way. So I have groceries being delivered at about 3:30 and 4:30 at Mum's place. So that's what I'm aiming to get there for. We've got the cargo hitch on. I've got all these crates which will fit on the cargo hitch once I need them to. And yeah, so we're doing all right. It was a bit of a crappy start. So 2 o'clock, I'm going to finish the drive to Mum's, and then once the groceries get delivered, I'll show you all the groceries that are being delivered. We'll get them in the car, and then I'll have a quiet night. I actually ordered a couple of desserts. There's new flavors of drumsticks. The ice creams, a Rocky Road one and a banana caramel or something. So I quite often order that sort of thing with the delivery, and then I leave it behind for Mum to eat once I'm gone, once I've tried them. So we've got those to look forward to. I don't know if I ordered. Sometimes I order stuff for dinner too, but I don't know if I did. So anyway, I'm going to keep on going. I just check in now because I always feel awkward doing this in Mum's driveway. So checking in now, 2 o'clock on Wednesday, and we are almost starting. So I'll be back. All right, so I made it to Mum's, but it took me like so long because we had the detour at Gatton, and then we had a detour there. Traffic. There was a 3-car pileup on the motorway. So it took me like 4.5 hours to get here today. I'm wiped. So I got here just in time to get the first grocery delivery. I'll put a shot in here. The Coles and the Woolworths are now packed into the back of the car. Cold stuff's up in Mum's freezer, and all the dry stuff's there. Now, it won't stay as it is. At the moment, it's just packed like that because it's convenient. When they drop off, I just get them to drop it off at the back of the car. I load it all in the car, and I deal with it afterwards. So what I need to do is sort into the light stuff into the crates, get the crates on the back. I probably won't do that tomorrow though, because I don't really want to park a Carindale with it like that. So I will probably take the lid off the crates and tuck it in and just do what I need to do at Carindale, and it all can go in the front seat, in the esky, whatever it needs to do just to fit in the car, and then I'll rearrange once I get back to Mum's. Because I will have Mum with me tomorrow, I probably can get away with not even rearranging it until Costco, but that does mean that there's extra time in the Costco car park, which kind of sucks. So we'll see how we go with that. But for the moment, it's all there. So that is the main thing. Everything's in the car, and it's now 5:45. I am going to shower and edit the video that I filmed this morning. Mum is at a meeting until 7:30, so we will have dinner when she gets back. But that is the first day done. So Coles and Woolworths delivered. They were both $300 odd worth of groceries. And now I need to figure out what I need to buy tomorrow at Coles and Woolworths that I didn't get out of this. And then we will do tomorrow's shopping. So I will try to film as much as possible tomorrow. And we will see how we go, because we all know that I kind of suck at it. But we will see how we go. So I'll see you in the morning. Alrighty, it is almost 10. I'm getting a very late start today. I got a video out this morning. I've just done some cleaning up with Mum and getting some stuff out of the boot. I'm going to take her car to Carindale because mine's pretty full at the moment. I haven't reorganised it. It's got the cargo hitch on it and she doesn't need hers today. And I'm not big shopping. Aldi's going to be pretty small because I don't need any cereal or rice milk or anything. So I'm mostly shopping for the kids and a few extra bits and pieces. So there's plenty of room in Mum's car and plenty easy to take it up and down as need be. So 10 a.m. I'm getting ready to go to Carindale. I've just uploaded that video, so I will try and answer comments as I go through it today. I did get some comments about sharing too much of money and other people asking me to share stuff on budget. So I don't know where the happy medium is. But anyway, so we will get going. All right, best and last first. Checking out all the clearance racks. There's not much here in the women's wear for Sonnet sizing. They do have some very cute pajamas. They've got these silky jersey type pajamas. I was wondering about these for Christmas because I think they're pretty cute and they'd be comfortable to wear. I did look at the Christmas stuff, but I'm not a huge fan of commercialized Christmas stuff. There's a lot of choices. We'll have a look at a couple of stores in case there's something that really catches my eye, but I prefer to make my own if I can. I don't know whether I'll manage to or not, but we will see. I don't like cotton because it gets crushed up and it's too hard to move in, but this silky stuff is quite nice. It's polyester elastane. I don't know, would it be warm? But I do generally buy them some new short pajamas for Christmas as well. So I'm just going to browse. This is the first shop I've come into, so I'm going to have a look around. I'll have a look in Kmart and stuff too. These aren't real cheap. They're $28 a set. So, you know, I don't know. I'll have a think. I usually buy underwear as like stocking gifts, and I just saw these in the men's section with just naughty little, you know, but I think that will be cool for, they're nice. I get the XLs, nice long-legged ones, good for sleeping in summer for Darryl, and they're good stocking gifts. Now, most of the clearance in the boys section is going to be winter stuff, which is not really what we need at the moment, but it's still worth a look to see if anything's significantly cheap to grab for next winter. And because we're packing up all the winter stuff at the moment, it's fairly easy to pack it up as well. So I just have a quick look. If anything, it has to be decent, like it has to be well priced for me to buy it on clearance. We're not talking just, you know, a buck or two off. I'm not going to buy things for the sake of buying things. So I always have a good look if there's anything really nicely discounted. See, like this is still $10 for a shirt, and I can get them cheaper than that. It has to be either a good brand name that it's worth paying a little bit extra for, or it has to be really heavily discounted for me to grab discounted stuff. There's some rashes here for some reason. They're on the clearance rack, but they're not actually discounted on the tags. $20, and it's the same price. Look, $20, so no idea on that one. But I'm not seeing much here that's any use to me because, as I said, I'm shopping in the wrong season. Normally I would shop for summer clearance in winter, but I just haven't had a chance to do that. So I tend to buy their t-shirts from these racks here, like they're $5.50, $7, multicolour prints, and I just go through and I just buy a selection of them all in like size 12 because the three boys can wear 12s and probably could wear them next year as well, so that's all I'm going to do. So there's a bunch of these volley shorts for $8, which I will grab for the boys. Now the only thing is finding things for Sonnet. So Sonnet is sort of out of the girls' wear, but small women's, and women's clothing is just a little bit not really to her taste, so we're struggling a little bit with that, but I haven't found anything for her. But I did get, as I said, I got some volley shorts for the boys. They're only $8 each, and some with a slightly different pattern on them for Apollo, just so that he can tell the difference. He can still fit 16 boys. He's 14, and he probably fits small men's in a lot of things, but children's clothes are cheaper, so he can fit 16 boys, and that's fine, and the boys can wear it afterwards. I found some plain red t-shirts, which I might try and do some of our own graphics on. They were only $4.50 each, so I bought 5 of them for the kids, and we will see, and a range of different coloured printed shirts as well, a couple of cotton shorts for Darryl. So this is going to be a chunk done at best and less, and we'll move on. Part of the difficulty of shopping this close to Christmas and only having one more shop is making, and that the next shop isn't going to be until like the 11th of December, is making sure that I grab enough stuff for that lead up to Christmas in the stuff that I want to do that I might miss out on if I wait. So I have to go shopping Christmassy stuff with the trying to remember exactly, you know, what to do. So things like this, I think I'll grab this. It's the only one I can see, mind you. And I'll grab that to do in December, because I'm not going to be back until the middle of December. But, you know, I did manage to forget my purse, mind you, at Mum's place. Not that it's an issue. I should be able to do pretty much everything on my phone anyway, but it's still annoying. So I do have Christmas cabin kits and Kit Kat. They were talking about wanting to do gingerbread, but I don't think I want to do all chocolate. As much as they're tolerating more chocolate, I don't think I want to do something quite like that. So I'm just going to have a browse and see what I see that's worth grabbing at this particular trip. And what will be, will be. I can always order stuff online, of course, but sometimes there's not as much selection. I regularly buy the kids Pez for Christmas, and they've got some, just found a couple of Pokemon ones. I'm hoping to find a couple more, but it looks like, oh, we got 1, 2, 3, that's it, unfortunately, and there's 2 of the same, but I'm going to grab 2 of them anyway, if I find others, then it'd be good. Otherwise, the others will be themed. Stitch isn't really their thing, but Pokemon definitely is, so I'll grab those. We always do a bit of a stocking full of lollies and stuff, because it's something that I don't buy a lot of during the rest of the year, so it makes it even more special. I'm trying to decide if these scooters would be suitable for the hard packed dirt out at our place, the tracks and stuff. They're 30 centimetre pneumatic tyres, so like theoretically, but there's none made up. There is this sort of thing too, but I think it's a bit low, and the back wheels are solid. But I need something that the twins can use on the dirt and the driveway and stuff, as well as that Kavik can potentially take to the skate park when he goes to church. And I'm just not sure what I want to do. I think I might leave it for the moment. I'm going to lay by the other stuff, and then I will just put a second lay-by on if I need to. I'll go and have some lunch and do a bit more research, I think. Alright, so after hitting cold, now the cheese slices were out of stock in the delivery, so I've grabbed those for the kids. I just like the rubbish, but they work well for serving sizes and stuff. The Golden Circle sugar-free cordials are on special too, so I've grabbed a few flavours of those for the kids to use as well. Cheaper than the Diet Right, and it means that they will use these and we'll use the Diet Right, and we'll see how we go from there. But I grabbed 4 of those because they're only $2.75 each at the moment. Super easy. Checked out the Halloween stuff. They've got some strawberry, lime, brain lollipops. We don't celebrate Halloween, but the kids like to have a few treats, and that's fine. Our can opener went missing, so I've grabbed a cheap one of those. We've got those cordials. The chips that I really wanted were out of stock in the delivery, so I grabbed those for myself for the next couple of weeks. Another dispenser for the insect spray, and a couple of other bits and pieces. A couple of Coke Zeros for Darryl and Coke Zero Vanilla for me to go in the fridge. They're half price at the moment, and a couple of other bits and pieces for stockings that I found that are new. And I've got 400 Flybuys points on the Quilton paper towel, which was also on special, so I grabbed that one from here too. And I'm just looking for something to cook for dinner tonight for Mum and I. I have the fancy donuts for dessert, and I might just get something to throw in the air fryer. Alright, so it is 1:45 and I've just emptied out at the car. I need to go to the bathroom. I had Aldi and Kmart to do, so I wanted to empty the trolley so that I can go to the bathroom and then go from there. So that's done. That's Coles, Big W, Best and Less, and a few other, stops along the way. Just have Kmart and Woolworths and Aldi to go. So 1:45, just emptying at the car. Kmart. I haven't shown you much of actual Kmart because there's people who do whole videos on stuff that's coming out in Kmart, so it's unnecessary, but we had to pick up a few things. So I found a rashie and some board shorts for Sonnet, as well as a couple of cute little skirts and dresses because that's what she requested as her summer clothing. I found some shorts for Darryl, as well as some more shorts and t-shirts for the boys and Darryl, and some swim shorts and rashies in there as well. Sonnet requested some socks that are different to the ones that I've been buying so that they can be hers and she doesn't have to share them with the boys, because the boys have this tendency to wear their socks out in the paddock without shoes on, and then they come in and they get washed and there's dirt and sand in them, so I can understand that. So I bought her 2 different length types to try and she can let me know which one she prefers. I found these Fugler things in the pet toy section. Now my dogs would just pull these to pieces, but the cats would absolutely adore these, so I grabbed a couple of those to go for the cats. We've got some extension cords. The boys needed air dry clay for school, so I've got that. Some curtain rods for Sonnet. Now the other thing I wanted to show you, which is why I actually pulled the camera out, was these other little things like what I bought last year. These little vending machines that I used for the Advent. So this is what I'm replacing with the 3D printed Advent machine. So instead of buying half a dozen of these, or I bought like 4 of them and then I refilled the balls, instead I've made one that I can now use every year. So these are very cool. They're $6 each by the looks of it, which isn't a bad price. It's just a lot of rubbish and quantity, but I just really liked the idea of having that Advent calendar that I could use over and over again every year and fill with my own stuff. So, but this is the kind of thing that I was. So if you're interested in them, they mostly come out at Christmas time. So grab these if you're not, budgeted for a long life one. This is a short term option, but it works. And they're pretty cute. You obviously don't get to pick what's in them. You get whatever's you get in them, and there's this one has 5 different surprises, but there's 15 balls or something in there, so it's a repeat of things as well. And they're cute and all, but I really like the idea of doing my own and putting my own stuff in them. Alright, so Woolworth's done. All I grabbed from Woolies was some of their new allulose liquid sweetener. This is a hopeful thing in the fact that I'm trying to budget in a slushy maker, but I also got myself a meat mallet and a little mini whisk that I needed just because I happened to be walking past, and I had a freebie on my everyday rewards, which was a pudding mix, which I just grabbed because it was free. So then I went to Aldi, and Aldi I only needed a few things this trip. Some rice crackers, some rice cakes and things like that. You'll see them on the grocery haul. I did get suckered into a couple of things in the Isle of Shame. So I got these little clips, and I bought this too. I'm going to actually leave it at Mum's and we can have it next trip because we've got other desserts this trip, but they won't have it again. So I did buy this rug for Sonnet though. When I redid their rooms, I did the Temu rugs, and they're gorgeous, but they were completely impractical. You cannot vacuum them, you cannot get stuff off them, and we've had to fold it up and get rid of it. It's just not working. I thought this is a nice sturdy one that can go beside a bed because the cat spent a lot of time in her room. This will look nice, and it was marked down to $25. And the Aldi toilet paper, because I've been asked to make those toilet roll holders if these fit in them, so I'm going to take this home, see if it fits. If not, I will adapt the size of the toilet roll holders to fit these ones as well. I have to get Kirkland for that purpose too. So all that's in here. I just realised that I forgot the Wi-Fi dongle, so I'm going to have to go back in to JB Hi-Fi and get the Wi-Fi dongle. I also bought curtain rods for Sonnet, but Kmart didn't have any curtains that were suitable, so Target's next to JB, so I'll have a look there quickly for curtains. So I'll have to go all the way down the other end of the shopping centre to do that, and then I need to do Bunnings. So it is 4:20. So lucky it's late night shopping tonight, everything's open. So I will go and do JB and Target, and then I will come back out and I will go to Bunnings, and then I will go home. All right, so it's now 5:15. So I went back in, I got to JB, I got the dongle, so that's cool. On the way to JB though, I did stop, I walked past one of those cheap cosmetics places, and they had a bunch of the kids' face painting kit things. And I bought them cheap from Kmart last year for the kids at Halloween. As I said, we don't celebrate Halloween as such, but they see it everywhere. And I bought them some cheap ones last year that they really enjoyed doing. So I bought those because it was about $20 for 4 different sets of colours and stuff, and they'll really enjoy it. So I went to Target. Target did not sell curtains that I could find anywhere. So I had to walk back past Big W to leave, so I went to Big W and I found some curtains. They're just neutral coloured curtains, which is fine. That's all I wanted. The walls are grey, neutral colour. I don't want to close the room in any. We might get some bright coloured ones at some point, but up until this point, that's done. So I did that. I also found a suit bag for Darryl for his alb for church, and some Christmas glasses that just happened to be passing by, and some Halloween treats for the kids. So that's all done. Now everything is done at Carindale. I'm now leaving, paying my significant amount of parking that always is an issue, and going to Bunnings to get that weed matting. I don't think I need anything else from there actually, but we need that weed matting to do the next step on the garden, so need that. It's not too far away. So, and then I will go home finally. Yay! So yes. Alrighty, 5:15, and now I'm going. 8:30 Friday morning. So we have just loaded up the car, and I forgot to film anything because that's what I do. So we have the crates are in the back of Mum's car for the moment, so that when I go to the fruit and veg, I have the back open. So let me turn you around. So I have this all piled up in this corner here, and the whole back empty at the moment. And then when we get the fruit and veg, the can go all in here, and this stuff can be piled forward if need be. And then once we get to Costco, that's when we'll fold the cargo hitch down and load the crates up, because that way I don't have to drive around with it down until we get to Costco, the drive home from Costco. So we just loaded up the crates, put them in Mum's car, and then have loaded all this in here. And now we're going to go to the fruit and veg shop as the first point of call. all packed up. This is the hitch and it feels really wrong. So let's see if we make it home. But everything else is completely packed up, and I can't see it from the mirrors because it's all packed up. So we will see. But it is 1:20. So I've made it home. It is 4:25, which isn't too bad of timing. And now we're just going to unload. So you saw that I just did that clip of this is how we work it with the little mechanical wagon, mechanical tractor thing with the trailer, and then just taking bits and pieces all inside and load it all up on the tables, and then I can record it. So I'm back with the flies. It's fun. I miss the place when I'm gone, and I get here and I go, man. So yeah, anyway, we're just going to unload the rest of the car, get it all sorted, get it all inside, get it recorded, and that's it. Now, I didn't really record much in Costco. I mentioned that it was really busy, and I was pretty exhausted by the time I got there, so it was really hard. So I don't know how long this video's ended up or what's in it, and whether we will. Sometimes I film them and then I don't even bother putting them out, so we will see. But anyway, I will see you with all of the groceries next.